Greetings from Southern Yankee Homestead. If this is your first time, welcome. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back. Well, today actually yesterday we lost power, so I have another project to take care of. I'll put the little picture in here to give you a teaser of what we're going to be dealing with. But before I do that, we have good weather today. So the project is actually a pre-project for some other stuff we got to do. The meat birds are getting to that age we need to go ahead and get them out of the garage and get them onto fresh ground so that we can start fertilizing some of these areas that need fertilization. But to do that, I need lumber. I do have some lumber, but it's not right to build a couple mobile chicken tractors. We also need to build a hay feeder for the goats, so we need some lumber for the chicken, or for the goat hay feeder. We're not buying it. If you've watched the channel for a little while, you notice that one of the things we have is a Harbor Freight bandsaw mill. So there it is. We'll get back to that in a second. What we do have is about a year ago, I cut a bunch of fresh lumber. Let me switch sides so that you're not looking into the sun. Is that better? So what I did about a year ago was I cut a bunch of pine into 2x6s. It was my first couple that I did. Well, we're going to cut down those 2x6s. We're going to make some 2x4s and 2x2s to make some of the stuff that we want to do here. With that, these are not perfect. With that, the mill is not perfect. Right now it is just sitting where I left it when we moved it out to put the goats in there. There are future plans for the sawmill, but you're going to have to wait on that one. I'm not going to give up all my secrets. You wouldn't subscribe if I did. So here is my pile of lumber. It is rough cut 2x6-ish is. So we're going to pull all this out. We're going to skin it down and make 2x4s, 2x6s out of it, or 2x4s and 2x2s out of it. Maybe some thinner stuff, because if you look at this one, we're closer to 1.5 inches, while this one's closer to 2 1/4. So a couple of these we might skin down and make into a couple different things. But it ain't gonna cut itself. Let me go grab a couple things and be right back. You know, things like water, clamp to hold the door closed, tape measure, you know, that kind of stuff. before I get started, I want to cover the sawmill a little bit, just in case I didn't cover it very good in the previous videos, or if this is your first time, because we haven't used this in a while. So this is a standard Harbor Freight sawmill. The prior owner went ahead and upgraded to a 420. See, you're on screen? Yeah. Prior owner went ahead and upgraded to a 420. Unfortunately, I think he did it rather badly. I say that because you see here, this bracket here is welded underneath this one. He butchered this to make this come out, so the whole motor sits slightly off. That causes the belt in here to rub a little bit. So there are some mods I'm going to be making to this. But you don't care about that. You're curious because the name of the video is, well, something along the lines of doing everything wrong with the Harbor Freight sawmill. So, by that, I am not using clean water. I am using what I pulled out of the rain bucket off the bottom of our well. The cover is held on with vice grips because the screw that they put in here is grossly inadequate, and you have to change the blade out enough that, yeah, it's a pain in the ass. The blade itself has been on here for over a year. It's still sharp, but it's rusty. This mill hasn't been used in a year, so I don't know what's going to happen when I first spin it up. On top of that, the entire track system is not level. There are blocks underneath it, but it's not supported very well. It's not level. It's not level this way or this way. But you know what? We're building chicken stuff and goat stuff, not lumber for buildings. It's not going to be graded. It's not going to be sold. It's going to be used here on the homestead, and I already have the wood. So why not use it? Because lumber is just stupid priced right now. And that's being polite about it. So let's go ahead, get you set up, and see what kind of a mess we can get into. all done. Got a bunch of 2x2 ishes. They're not perfect. I don't expect them to be perfect. I wasn't making them to be perfect. This is for a chicken tractor, so I just need wood. I don't necessarily need straight wood. I don't need expensive wood. I just need wood. So I'm going to go ahead and move this and stack it in the garage for now. And I will come back with a later video when we get to use it. But I thought since we hadn't seen the mill in a while, might as well go ahead and try it. And it's obvious it definitely needs to be leveled. Let's see, I saw a stick, yeah. See this stick right here has that little button hook right there around that knot. So it's not cutting quite right, but oh well, it's still wood. It'll still work for what we're going to do. Right. There'll be more videos coming on the sawmill, I want to say soon, but yeah, it's not a high priority right now. We're into planting season, so we're going to be working the gardens more than we'll be working the woods. But I do have another project coming up with that too, so hope you enjoyed the episode. Please like, share, and subscribe. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.